Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast with Phil Graham. We help you master Facebook ads and give you an unfair advantage over your competition. Are you ready? Let's go.
What's up, podcast family? Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast, episode 472. Phil Graham here, and today I want to talk about what Meta's AI still needs from you when you're running Facebook and Instagram ads. Quick note before we jump in. I'm a big fan of Meta, and I'm also a big fan of AI, and I absolutely think advertisers should be using AI tools and even Meta's AI tools. The point of this episode is not that Meta's AI is bad, because it's not. In many cases, when advertisers use AI and it doesn't work well, the issue might be the inputs or the offer or the tracking or the creative or even the strategy behind it. Other times, the automation just needs better human judgment, or it could be something else. And also, of course, Meta's AI is not always perfect either. So this episode is going to be really about how to use Meta's AI in a smarter way alongside your own skill, experience, and judgment instead of just blindly handing everything over to AI. So their AI is getting more and more powerful all the time. However, it is far from perfect, and that's an understatement. So in this episode, I want to talk about what their AI still needs from advertisers and why it could potentially cost you if you don't give it what it needs or if you use it wrong. Because the more powerful their AI gets, the more tempting it is for advertisers who think that the human part of it matters less. And I actually think it's the opposite. The human part and your skill matters more now than ever. So that is what we're going to be talking about today. By the way, it is the day after Memorial Day here in the US. So if you're in the US, I hope you had a great Memorial Day. I guess it's the unofficial start to summer. Awesome time of year. I hope you guys are doing really, really well. Before we jump in, if you guys need help with your ads, with your marketing, with your AI, there's really two ways to go. There's the done for you option where I can run your ads for you and do your AI and stuff for you, or there's what I think is the best thing in the world for learning. That's one-on-one consulting and coaching directly with you. No groups, no blind leading the blind, no generic info. It's specific to you, and that's so valuable. So for either one of those things, feel free to get in touch. philgrahamdigital.com is the website, or you can DM me on Instagram at philgrahamdigital, and let's connect. So let's jump right in, my friends, and talk about what Meta's AI needs from you. I'm going to give you 5 keys. And key number 1, Meta still needs real customer insight. The AI does not know your customer like you do. If you do sales calls, for example, it doesn't know what your customers, clients, or potential customers or clients are saying on these sales calls. It doesn't typically know the objections that you hear or the differences between you and your competitors. It doesn't always know why the people who actually buy from you. What are the reasons why they bought from you? And there are so many other things. And these are insanely important things. This is where a smart and skilled advertiser can have a major edge, because you're using AI, but you're also combining it with what you know and what your skill is with your ads and with your business. So that is really, really important. So since the other AI doesn't know all that stuff, there's different things you can do. Now, in my agency, sometimes we'll feed it certain things so it does know, but a lot of times people either don't do that at all, or they do it incorrectly or inefficiently, and it's still not working well. So there are things you can do in your ads to help with this. So think about the questions you get from your clients or customers or potential ones. Those are great hooks for your ads. So don't just randomly have AI create an ad for you without this in mind. Use your own judgment and figure out what are some of the common questions we get and have that be a hook in one of your ads. Another one is objections. Anytime you get objections or reasons why somebody might not do business with you, that's another great topic for an ad angle as well. Another great thing is reviews and testimonials. Using those can make a big difference because it's not your words, it's theirs. And then also another great tip that you can use in your ads is like founder stories are really good. Why I started this, who this is for, what we're against, stuff like that, as well as things like behind the scenes. These are all things that AI is probably not going to get right. It's not going to be very good at, but you can be. And so that's really important. So the bottom line is on this, the more you understand your customer or client, the better you can feed the machine, the AI machine and the ad machine. So that's key number one. The second key is Meta definitely still needs strong creative inputs. Advantage Plus and AI tools, they can do lots of stuff. They can mix things, they can match, they can optimize. They can test, although a lot of times it doesn't do a good job at some of those things. Other times it does a great job, but not always. But they can do a lot of different things. However, you have to remember something. It's garbage in, garbage out. Weak creative in, weak creative out. The creative direction that you give it still matters. Your hooks, your angles, your visuals, your pain points, those objections we talked about, any kind of credibility and proof, and also your differentiation. These are all so insanely important. And so if you're not giving it great information like that, then AI can do its thing left and right all the time, but there's a good chance you might fail because you're giving it bad information to start with, or if not bad, just not very good, maybe just average. You want to give it great info. So Meta's AI can help optimize your creative, but it still needs creatives that are worth optimizing. The third key is, and this is big, Meta still needs human judgment. Their AI can suggest changes and different types of things, but not every recommendation is smart for your business. In fact, sometimes I'll see it recommend things that are just stupid and would be a total waste of money. I don't blindly just do what it says. I cannot emphasize this enough. You still need your skill, strategy, and judgment now more than ever. Do not make the mistake of blindly trusting and using the AI without that skill and judgment. Do not confuse automation with strategy, because if you do, there's a good chance you just might fail. The fourth key is Meta still needs a clear offer. They typically cannot fix an offer that's not clear. If people don't understand what you're selling or what you're offering or why it matters or who it's for or how it's different, then you're probably going to have a lot of problems, no matter how much AI does for you. You really need a clear outcome, a clear benefit for your audience. You need a clear audience avatar, exactly who you're talking to and how you can help them. And you also need clear positioning, clear differentiation, and credibility and trust. So Meta can help you find people, but it's not going to probably do a very good job of making a confusing offer clear. And if you don't make it clear, then you're probably going to have some problems. And last but not least, key number 5, Meta still needs the right conversion signals. So the algo needs really good data from you. So if you're optimizing on weaker signals, guess what? It could find more weak signals. I'll give you an example. So I had somebody come to me for consulting and they were running ads and letting Advantage Plus just do everything. And it was a female business that only sold to females. They did not sell to males. They had no male customers. They didn't want them. They didn't sell to them. They only sold to females. Here's the problem. They were using Advantage Plus. They put in their audience and said, their age range and females only. But Advantage Plus took that as a suggestion, not as a demand. And so it was lead ads. They started getting a bunch of leads from men, and they're like, what the hell is this? We don't even sell to men. This is literally like flushing money down the toilet. And the problem was these men were becoming leads at a really low cost compared to women. So guess what? What do you think Meta did? It sent their ads to more and more men because in the system, it's like, oh my gosh, we're getting all these great leads. We better send it to more men, when it never should have sent it to a man in the first place. because it was flushing money down the toilet. So in that kind of scenario, that was the wrong conversion signal, and they just got more of the wrong thing, more wasted money, more wasted leads and time. There's things that you can try and do to prevent that, but you've got to be smart about it. You can't just let that happen, because if it does, that could really go sideways and be bad for you. So you got to make sure that you're tracking the right things. Another one, even regardless of gender, if you're getting a lot of leads that are cheap, but they're not converting ever, and it's a total waste of money, well, you might be just getting more and more and more of those because it's cheap leads. Maybe you need to put something in front of that, some qualifiers or something before they become a lead, so you're not optimizing for something that totally wastes your money. So you got to remember that kind of stuff, because Meta's AI is only as useful as the signals you give it. And so many people give it the wrong signals. So I really believe that the future of Facebook ads and Instagram ads is not humans versus AI. I believe it is smart advertisers using their skill and experience and judgment and strategy along with AI without blindly trusting it or outsourcing the thinking to it. And I think that's going to be the difference in the future between failures and successes when it comes to ads, and really when it comes to many things in business. And as always, just a reminder, it's always important to point out that every business is unique, results can vary, there's no guaranteed outcomes, so always keep that in mind. So my friends, I hope that was helpful. Episode 472 is in the books. Next week, got a great show for you. I'm going to talk about the 3 questions I ask before I touch any Facebook ad or Instagram ad that may not be working well. So make sure you guys check that out. Until then, I hope you have an amazing week. If you want to get in touch, philgrahamdigital.com, and I will talk to you on next week's episode. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast. Please remember to subscribe and share this with all your friends. For show notes, more tips, and to learn more about Phil, please visit philgrahamdigital.com/podcast.